today is the day for harvesting three of our turkeys, and what we are going to harvest today are the three toms that we have. It's just time for them to go, and they're here for meat purposes, so that's what we are about to do. Now the setup for harvesting these turkeys is very similar to how we set up for harvesting our meat birds, and I will link that video in the comment section below. Now with our meat birds, we use a cone that we made with a Homer bucket. Let me just show you if you haven't seen that video, even though I'm gonna link it in the comment section below. And this is what it looks like, but I'm going to show you what we sometimes use for the turkeys. And I say sometimes because that depends on the size. It depends on how long we keep the turkey and how big we allow them to grow. All right, so right here you can see we have a 5-gallon bucket, and what we normally would do is put the turkey down head first, and the head will go through this hole and come out at the bottom, and we'll go ahead and harvest the turkey that way. Now another method we use is this cone here. It's a real cone, but we cut off the top right here, and we would put the turkey down right in here, and the head will come out to the bottom here, and we'll go ahead and harvest that turkey. Now for the size of the turkeys that we are going to be harvesting today, that would not work, and so we need to do something quite a bit different, and I am going to show you that. I'm not going to show you exactly what we're going to do, but as we're doing it, I'm going to explain. The camera would not be focused on the bird because it's going to be graphic and sensitive for some people, but this is just how we are going to go about doing this, and I assure you it's going to be the most humane way possible. So stay tuned. We're about to grab our toms. You can hear them. I think they know something's up, but we are grateful for these birds. They are going to provide meals for our family, and we really appreciate the fact that we're able to grow our own meat, harvest them ourselves, and enjoy meals from them. All right, now so first let me explain how we're going to do this, and then I'm going to demonstrate as best as I can to show you how we're going to harvest these birds. Now we have the water here. As you can see, as I mentioned earlier, the bird won't fit in there, and we have this little bucket here that we are going to be actually dipping the hot water from in here and pouring it on the bird once we harvest it to pluck the feathers off it. And yes, we are going to be hand plucking these turkeys because it's too big to put in our homemade backyard chicken plucker. Now we have our thermometer here. We're going to be checking the water temperature in a bit to make sure that it's up to temp where we want it to be. Not too hot, just right at 165 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, you're probably wondering how we're going to harvest this bird. And as you can see here, I have this piece of wood. Now this piece of wood, the turkey's head is going to be out. And let me demonstrate that for you. Now the body of the turkey is literally going to be in this 10-gallon container here, right? And its body going to be covered like this, and the head is going to be out here on this piece of wood, and we're going to go ahead and harvest that. And trust and believe, that is how we harvested our chickens when I was growing up back in the 70s and 80s. So it's the old school way, it's the original way that I learned how to harvest chickens. And because of the size of these turkeys, like I said, we're going to be harvesting them using this method. Now we're going to first make sure, as with the meat birds, as I showed in that video, that the birds are nice and calm first before we start harvesting them. So stay tuned. We are about to harvest our first turkey. So my strong muscles here about to go grab one of these toms, and yes, it's my hubby, sometimes a little camera shy. Okay y'all, okay, yeah, it's that time. Y'all gotta go.
Who's first?
Thank you all for the meals that you're going to provide for my family. We appreciate your time here, and that we're able to use your meat and your sacrifice in your life so that we can survive, we can eat, and we can eat healthy. All right, so we'll try our best and see how this goes. I'll put his body down here. Let me bring it a little bit closer so you guys can see what we're doing. As you can see, guys, we were able to get this turkey in the bucket. He's nice and calm, and we are about to harvest it. As usual, I'm going to do the honors of harvesting the first bird, because that's just the order of things that we do here. Hubby allows me to do it.
Yeah, she gets to do the first one.
I get to do the first one always, because he says that I put in most of the work here on our homestead, and so, you know, I guess get to harvest the first one. So here goes. I'm not going to show this. I'm going to try to catch the reaction of the bird, but I'm not going to allow the graphic nature of this video to show. If I can, let's see. So what I'm going to do is just put my hand on his head like this, and I'm going to cut right here to the side where I can get that jugular vein, and we're going to harvest this bird. All right, let's see. So you're going to be seeing me while I'm doing this. All right, thank you for your life, and for the meat we're going to eat off this bird. Okay, and our first turkey is harvested. I'm still holding on to it. It's bleeding out, and hubby is holding on to the bucket. And this is the method that we're using. We use different methods. It's a big bird, so the body of it is in that bucket. If it were able to fit in this one, we would use this one, or if it were able to fit in that cone that I showed earlier, then we would use that. So we have different things that we use, but I can tell you that it's really successful and it's working for us. It has worked for us, and so I just wanted to share it with you and just show you how we go about harvesting our turkeys. And as you can see, my hand is still on the neck of the bird, and it has stopped moving around. And I just think that it's important to make sure, if you're harvesting your own, whether it's meat birds, whatever you're harvesting as far as birds and chickens and turkeys or such is concerned, just make sure you get them calm first before you make that first cut and harvest that bird. So this is what it looks like now. Hubby just removed the bucket. All right, so we are going to be doing this one by one. I'm just going to check the temperature of the water. We have our ice back here, as you can see. All right, so we are at about 200, and that's way too hot. So we're going to add some water to that to get the temp down to where we want it to be. Because if this water is too hot, what would happen is that you pour it on the bird and the meat will start cooking, and we don't want that. So it's vital that you get the temperature of the water just right. I'm going to just remove the lid. That's going to help bring it down a bit. And we're going to be ready to go in a few. All right, now here I am removing some of the feathers of the bird, because it's a big bird and the body of this bird is still hot. So I'm going to remove some of the feathers, and look how easy it is to remove these feathers Let me just show you without even putting any hot water in it. The body of this bird is really, really hot. See that? No water, no hot water on it as yet. But I'm able to still pull some of these feathers off because the body of the bird is carrying all this heat with it. See that? So these are bigger birds than the meat birds, of course, so it's very easy to hand pluck them. These are some pin feathers here. We're gonna get that after the fact. But for now, I'm gonna try to work on most of the feathers that I can remove before putting the hot water on it while that water cools down a bit. Let me just check to see where it's at this point. Probably about, not quite there. It's still a little bit high. It's just about 165. We took the lid off. We turned the fire off. Where are we putting these, oh, right in here? Okay. Sometimes I save a feather or two, believe it or not. Beautiful feathers. Probably gonna save a couple wing feathers and a couple tail feathers. And my daughter would sometimes make dream catchers, so she would use those feathers in the dream catchers. And like I said, we are only going to be doing the 3 toms that we have today. Probably in a few days we'll do the other 3. And yes, we do have storage for these birds after harvesting them. I'm also going to be smoking some of this so we can smoke them, vacuum seal it, and store it up in the freezer so we can have meat for the entire year. Some of it we're going to cut up into pieces. You know, there's a whole lot that we can do with these 6 birds. There's a lot of meat that we were able to raise back here on our own. We have fish that we caught during the season. We have also chicken, a lot of chicken. As you see, we harvested a bunch of chickens. Hopefully we can get a deer this season. So we have different types of meat that we can go throughout the year, and meals won't be boring at all. They'll just be delicious. And this is how we do it. All right, you all, this is what the first bird looks like. And as you can see, there are still some pin feathers here. But now I left the feet on it so that way I have like a handle. But for now, we're going to remove the innards. And we want to weigh this bird once we're done taking all the innards out, just so you can have an idea of what this bird weighs. And believe it or not, this is not the biggest bird that we have here in our backyard. So we'll go ahead and remove the intestines and so get it cleaned out, and we'll weigh it so you can see how much this bird weighs. Alright guys, so look at this. This is what the liver looks like. This is a heart right here. You see the size of these organs, and they are edible. We are going to be eating these. The chicken, the ones from the chickens, we do eat also, and sometimes we make food for our dog with them. But the turkey ones, we definitely eat these because of the size. They're bigger. And here you have the gizzard. I'm going to open it up to show you what the gizzard looks like inside. And this is just all undigested food. I'm just going to be careful with it. You want to come down here? And if you notice, I'm opening this up, but I'm not letting all this go on the gizzard itself. There's a extra here that contains membrane undigested feed. Let's do this first. This is what the gizzard looks like. It's nice and clean now. And here I'm going to show you that sack that's holding the food. It's filled with food and also rocks, a lot of rocks, and the rocks are in there to assist with digestion. So that's what that is. I'm going to go ahead and change my glove. I just wanted to show you what that looked like. Alright guys, so now we are going to weigh this bird. See, there's nothing inside. Lift a little higher, babe. I know it's heavy.
Hurry up.
Where are we at? Oh gee, y'all, look at that. 30 pounds. It's a little over 30 pounds. But
Wow.
as you can see,
Okay.
that's the weight of this bird. And it's a smaller of the 3 tons that we have. So that's a lot of meat just from one of the birds that we are going to be able to use to make our meals. And this is how we do it. This is all for now. We are going to continue to harvest these birds. But first, I just wanted to show you guys the methods that we use and how we go about doing that. This is all for now. If you have any questions, any comments, please leave it in the comment section below. And as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next upload.